it would just go. But when you play it, and you're able to.
That's what I was just
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Billy Collins.
Matt Doje.
And this is Magician.
And the Jock.
Guys, we have another reaction video.
Big fan of the show. Huge fan of the show.
Huge fan.
This is like a Make-A-Wish episode. Nah, this is Raymond, and I'm going to plug in a clip from his interview right here.
What was the first instrument you played?
To be honest, it was drums. My grandparents, they lived in New Bern at the time. Our neighbor had a drum set, and they were tired of dealing with me, so they paid my neighbor to give me drum lessons at 6 years old.
Is there any louder instrument for a house than just a regular drum set?
No, not even close.
If you hate someone, get their kid a drum set.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
So Raymond is our first guest that's going to do a reaction with us.
So this is Larnell Lewis, which you may have heard that name before. He said he owns a drum app or something like that.
He works with Drumeo. I think that's who actually made the video too. But he has been a clinician and a soloist forever. He's played in a bunch of different bands, a bunch of jazz bands. He's very popular.
And I know some of those words. No idea what you just said.
You said clinician. I'm like,
what?
He did makeup? He worked at Ulta? I don't know what that is. But anyway, so this is him. He listens to a song for the first time, which I don't know how he's hearing Inner Sandman for the first time.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the national anthem. Everyone's heard that.
If you know, so one, he's from England, first off. But two, he's a jazz guy. He mostly does jazz, progressive jazz, blues.
Which seems like a lot of the best drummers are like either church drummers,
gospel drummers, and jazz drummers.
Or the flute players.
That's baby making music. That's what that is.
So the jazz flute
the
players
guy
are
from Dave
amazing.
Matthews Band.
Yeah.
Which he might be the greatest ever.
Hey everyone, the last time I was at Drumeo, Dave had me play a fusion tune that I had never heard before,
He's from England?
which was a ton of fun. So we wanted to find something similar,
That's
only
impressive.
this time I wanted to play a
Why did it look like he was
style
falling
I
out of the
am not
seat?
known for
I thought
playing.
he was dealing with some inner
Metal.
demons.
So to do this, Dave has challenged me with what he says is one of the most popular metal songs of all time. It's Enter Sandman by Metallica, and I know what you are thinking. There's no way I haven't heard this song before, but
Is it in your
I'm not
brain?
lying
Get
when
out
I
of my
say I've
head.
never heard or played
What's wrong with this
tune
fake-
in my
fake English?
life. So I'm gonna take a listen, and I'm gonna give it a try. I'll take more volume. Okay. I'm assuming it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
So that's the first thing you like.
Yeah, find the meter, find the
More
tempo.
Okay.
Usually when they're doing a first time listen, they'll take the drums out of the mix completely so that he has to make up the drum part basically and see how close it is to the original.
See,
But this time they left the
makes it
drums
more-
in. So
Let him improvise.
yeah, for him this is going to be simple because he's going to be able to spot the patterns he does because he doesn't really play anything fancy or over the top in the song. It's actually pretty straightforward.
The Metallica drummer's not
He's
renowned for like.
He is though. The old stuff is really good, like and really hard.
Double pedal.
A lot of double bass stuff, a lot of mixed meter stuff, which means like jumping from 4 beats to 6 beats to 9 beats per measure, and it makes it feeling really uncomfortable. This is one of his easiest tunes because it was meant to go on the radio.
And this symbol, like, who was dressing up as Captain America in the hood and got shot up?
It looks like one of those cheese graters that
It's
you
not
turn.
vibranium.
There was an upbeat on that crash before. Okay.
So when he says upbeat, he's just talking about not on the physical beat. Bow,
Yeah.
bow.
Probably again. Okay.
He's not playing the drums yet. Thanks for clarifying it.
As he's sitting there picking his
I was
nose.
wondering. He's impressive, dude.
2 shots and then it's 3. Right? With a snare. Okay.
I'm surprised he's not writing it down, truthfully.
No other shots. Big hi-hat. Right, in the
All I
foot.
can see is Virginia Tech running out of the tunnel.
Damn it.
Still open hi-hats, okay.
Every time he's nodding, he's talking about that upbeat cymbal crash.
Oh, halftime vibe, wow. Bill.
He listens to it one time and then he has to play the whole thing.
Ah, okay.
So it's just him saying, "Oh, interesting."
I can do that.
Build.
So
Build. Hi-hat.
he did say something super smart.
Crescendo.
So he talked about, I mean, usually us drummers just beat on crap, don't talk about the keys of the songs. But when it goes from the verse to the pre-chorus, it changes keys, it modulates, and it stays in that changed key through the chorus, where most songs would go back to the original key the verse was in at the chorus to resolve where it feels like it's supposed to. But
A lot of times is that at the discretion of the drummer while they're recording it? I mean, because Blink-182 is a prime example of that. Like,
Travis Barker.
Yeah, he's always like, never playing the standard beat.
Travis Barker's like an actual trained
Yeah,
percussionist. Like, he did drum corps, he did marching band stuff. Like, he can read music. A lot of these guys can't do that. They're just
It's all feel.
beating on stuff.
I just want to run through a wall whenever I hear this
I
song.
know, dude.
I just want to like.
He's getting that stank face.
He's like, why haven't I heard this before?
Okay, right? Then, right.
I could come up with the best drum like thing. He's just in 2 seconds. Shh, and then shh. I'm like, damn, like just dominating.
Kill it.
That was a cool fill.
Okay, feel. I've heard that. A cool feel is just
Fill's just, it's like a drum break. It's like,
going around the time.
exactly.
Oh, interesting.
I'm like, what? What did I miss?
Oh. Okay, third time around in that shot, I gotta go leave some silence and go to toms.
Now I lay me down to sleep.
Right, always on the up crashes, okay.
It's funny, Jackson and I say this prayer at night. I just want to be like
You want to do that?
I want to have that playing.
You want to do it in your high voice?
Oh, yeah.
Now I lay me down to sleep.
Seems like the crashes are around the vocal.
That's a good call.
Downbeat. Right, the bass drum first before the up crash.
Is it?
Right.
Do you think the drums are like the center focal catalyst of every song?
No. it's
Because
just-
like I feel like this song here gets the vibe, gets the energy from drums.
Yeah, really, I mean, when he was playing this, his purpose was to just do this, to lay down a foundation that this song could roll along. Nothing crazy fancy. There's nothing out of the ordinary, really. It's you hear this the entire song, and it's driving. Even through the halftime, it drives through the halftime
Yeah, because
section.
it's not a very difficult song. I mean, I think Matt could even play this.
They're kind of like the center on a football.
I say that because you
Yes.
play drums.
Yes.
I've never.
I appreciate that.
I farted around with drums.
Yeah. How much of this do you think he's listening? Because he's obviously a drummer, so it's like, I would do this. Is that when he's like, oh, interesting? Because he wouldn't think to do that naturally?
So no, because he's a studio drummer, so I guarantee you he's listening for just cues.
Like, yeah.
Because he knows in the verse it's going to be this, in the pre-chorus it's going to do the halftime, and the chorus is going to go back to this, and so he's just spotting changes all the way through.
Because he's trying to replicate. He's not trying to
Correct.
make it his own.
Correct.
Got it.
Ooh, I'ma miss that.
For sure.
See, I don't know. That makes the song that double tom. Is that what that is? You
No
have to
one
kinda
ever
like-
goes silent for 7 beats. They go for 8 beats. Everything's in fours in music.
So it's like 7 beats. And
He
you
goes
gotta come
7,
down on the
1,
eight.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah! It's on the and of 7. It's even before the 8th beat.
And even as a casual music fan, it's like, whoa.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
Because
Yeah, it's
your
supposed to
mind is
jostle
so
you.
like 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4. 1, 2. That's interesting.
Lars never played the same twice. If you've seen his concert, this whole section, he probably did it 20 times in the studio, and they just took the best take of it.
It's like a freestyle rap that they kept.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna take a quick review here. There was some hi-hats in the beginning on the... I'm assuming that was maybe twice around. That feels like a good length, but I can't remember. The one tricky thing, or at least thing that caught me off guard, was the halftime. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect the halftime, and I think it probably happens 3 times, if I remember correctly. And then out of that halftime,
3 halftimes.
somehow, which I can't remember at the moment, we go back,
You should
we
be
go
used
to
to
the
that.
chorus. We go to the
At least
chorus.
the one halftime.
Sounds like dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
I think we go to that interlude twice, right?
What he's talking about is not, I don't want to say it's not difficult, it's difficult, but it's just,
Repetition.
there's, songs are so formulaic. I mean,
Right.
there's,
It's like a recipe.
exactly, there's always going to be, not always, but the majority of the time there's always going to be a verse that's usually 4 things of 4 bars. There's going to be a 2-bar pre-chorus, and there's going to be a chorus. Even this song follows that same formula, except it goes to halftime in the pre-chorus.
Well, what's a halftime mean?
So if you're going 1, 2, and that's the beat, 2, 3, 4, 1, and it goes 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay, so it's just
It
half
literally
beats.
breaks.
Okay, half beat.
The
Okay.
feel of it breaks in half.
It would be like if I was watching a punter or a kicker, I would notice things like, oh, you see how his left foot's there?
Yeah.
You see he's going right. And you'd be like,
Absolutely.
how do you know that? It's like, you just...
I did the exact same thing I did with Magic. I was watching
Magic, yeah.
a video today. I was like, oh, I see, you know.
You see the
yeah.
the
As much as I like hearing that. Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
so they took the drums out of this recording, so it's just gonna be him. That's good. He's not playing it with as much anger as Lars does.
What was this? 4 measures, right?
4 times 2. Wasn't great earlier. We rushed to the first symbol, and it should have stayed through, and you should have stayed. Cheating.
The drum roll on the hi-hat?
Yeah, well, he's using 2 hands to keep the 16th. I'm talking French. So even though this goes from this to the hi-hat still stays.
Mm-hmm.
It's your foot on the bass drum and your snare with your left hand that changes the entire feel. And what he did to fake it was start using his
So his
both
right hand was
hands.
still doing the same
Right.
tempo.
Right.
Yeah, what a cheat. You know,
You know what?
I thought it looked cool, but
He's very. I mean, it's smart. I mean.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad for government work.
Yeah. You said he's a jazz.
Yeah, he's a jazz guy, jazz fusion guy.
there's not much double bass on this, if any.
It's not. He's doing it all one-footed
Yeah, I was
anyway.
gonna say, yeah.
How bad does he want a jazz flute to come in right now?
Where's Will Ferrell when you need him? Oh, nice. That's different, but that's good. That definitely made it.
I gotta funk it up a little bit.
Let's start a band and see if he'll play it with
He's
us.
starting to loosen up a little bit now.
Yeah. He's using his gospel chops is what he's doing.
Jesus, take the sticks.
Bass drum. There it is.
So you can kind of freestyle as long as you keep that. So when you get off that, it's where the guitarist like, the hell?
Yeah, dude. As many shows as I've played, I don't think I've played the same show twice.
We are not robots.
Yeah. Those are called linear fills. I'll tell you about it in a second.
He looks like a kid that's in class that's like making recess. And when I let him go, he's just like,
1, 2, 3. He missed the. Which he said he was going to miss it. He came to fruition.
Well, you said it was kind of hard to come off that
definitely
set.
weird.
and that's something. If it was like a cover band, everyone would like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You missed. That's like the.
Yeah.
It's like that part on that. What was the song Hangover where Mike Tyson knocked him out? Like, dun, 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 dun.
Oh yeah, and then
I can
He's a
see
Night.
it.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. Like, if you
Feel
miss-
the Night.
That's like the only part of the song everyone knows.
In the air tonight.
In the air
Yeah,
tonight,
that's right.
yeah.
Cool. 4 licks on a 1-footed bass drum. That's really difficult.
This right calf has some huge.
Yeah. Yeah. Now he's just going off.
He's still keeping that metal feel to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was some of that jazz.
He's just having fun now.
Yeah, he's gonna have a backing track.
Yeah.
All right, Brother John's gonna pass around the offering plate. Here we go.
What? That was really impressive what he did with his foot.
Sounds like Kawhi Leonard, dude.
It does.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. so
Parting shots.
for the layman, what did he do? Because he made it look really easy. So what was not easy about what he did, besides hearing the song one time?
I mean, all the offbeat stuff, all the offbeat cymbal crashes.
You got to think of it as a layman, not as a drummer.
Yeah, it's
Like,
hard.
It's all kind of
yeah. Well, yeah, except for at the end. I mentioned linear fills. That's not something you do in metal music. I mean, that's what it is. They call it linear because if you went across here, if there was just a straight line, you would just see beat, 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 beat. It would just do this.
It's like starting from the snare, going to the tom, then
But-
going to the floor tom.
But he's using everything to keep that consistent line of notes. Where if you were just to not play it on one drum, it would just go. But when you play it, and you're able to,
That's what I was just saying.
and you're able to do it across drums, across your feet, across cymbals.
That is my phone.
But
That's me looking
that's
for my keys.
That's super difficult. We said gospel chops. That's gospel chops. That's how those gospel drummers play. Which those gospel drummers are probably the best drummers in the world.
When they start at like 6,
if even that. Yeah. I mean, as soon as they're out of the womb with drumsticks in their hand. And bass guitars.
Playing the pancreas.
But,
all right, Raymond, so I'm going to put you on the hot seat right now.
Okay.
The top 5 drummers of all time.
Matt named one of them. I'm going to do it in no certain order because my top 5 kind of mix. So Carter Beauford from Dave Matthews Band.
Which a lot of people would say, but
he's
it's everyone else. It's a fight for number 2.
Yeah, he's just different. He thinks of drumming differently. He's out there.
Wears batting gloves.
He does wear batting gloves. Yeah. Neil Peart, who played for Rush is
yeah.
definitely one of the best drummers.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. What's cool about him is he kind of mastered his craft and then got bored and learned how to play drums in an entirely different way and then mastered that again.
I just remember seeing his set on stage, and it was just like you could fill this room with chimes and all kinds of cymbals and hi-hats.
Well, not only that, but if you really know what you're looking at, most of this stuff was electronic. Like all the stuff because he would turn, like he even have drums behind him and stuff, and most of his right side and back side were all electronic drums. He could make any sound. He had a xylophone right here, so he was playing like actual music, not just drumming. Like he did some special stuff. My favorite drummer right now is Devin Sticks Taylor. He's actually the drummer for Justin Bieber. But he was on tour with Mary J. Blige. He's been in some of the best gospel groups in the world. He's on a different level. That's number 3.
He's probably a human metronome, just like especially shows that big as that loud.
Yeah. And the stuff that he does is I would never think of even trying to play. CJ, I can't remember his last name. He's a gospel drummer. Devin Taylor kind of followed in his footsteps with the gospel groups that he played with, but his dad was Quincy Jones' business partner, so he's been in the business his entire life. And then there's a young cat, Tony Taylor Jr., and he's just a solo drummer. He doesn't play for anybody. Like Guitar Center puts on these drum contests, and Zildjian and Vic Firth puts on these drum contests, and he wins regularly. He also writes his own music. Like he'll make his own backing track, and then drum with it, and he's just incredible. But truly, like 3 out of my top 5 are gospel drummers.
I was gonna say it's there's a lot of great metal drummers, but you don't really like. I remember Rev from Avenged Sevenfold.
He's great,
unbelievable, but
had
it's
the best
not
feet ever.
It's like not as technically sound as like the slower.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't put like Travis Barker or like Dave Grohl or something like that. Even though Dave Grohl
will tell you he's not a good drummer.
You don't think
so? He will tell you he's not a good drummer. He was the perfect person for Nirvana. He had the right feel. He had the right aggression. He was the right guy for the job.
Lars would say the same thing too.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be in his band.
Yeah, but if you're asking like my favorite drummers, like Dave Grohl's up there. Like Dave Grohl's one of my favorite musicians ever. But when it comes to just like chops and what you can play, nobody can touch those gospel guys. They're the best chops.
They used to play really good pencils back
I believe that.
Oh, you imagine them as kids? You know they're all because I used to do that. You're just like, when I learned how to do this, I'm like, my mom's like, for the love of God,
would you please stop?
It's like rats in the wall.
I think your mom yelled at me for drumming on the table.
It's just my poor knuckles. But anyways, guys, this was a little bit different. We hope you like it. Raymond brought his expertise. Thank you, man.
Yeah, and you guys do us a favor. If you have a favorite drummer that Raymond didn't mention or we didn't mention, just leave a comment down below for us, okay?
Let's do it.
Raymond, did you have a good time?
I did.
Good. Thanks for joining us. Guys, do us a big favor. Hit that subscribe button.
Smash the like button.
We'll see you on the next video.
Peace.